A Haitian man charged with the murder of his wife. More scabies cases confirmed at a local primary school. Island Luck estimates it will pay $10 million in taxes to government. Plus, another Bahamian entertainer hits out at Junkanoo Carnival. We've got those stories and more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and NB12 starts right now. Topping news tonight, a 38-year-old Haitian man was today charged in a magistrate's court with the murder of his wife. She was found dead in their home on a family island on Sunday. Simone Davis was in court and has the details.
38-year-old Vilcourt Vincent was charged with the February 1st murder of his wife, Latovia DeVoe Vincent, in Georgetown, Exuma. Vincent, who is originally from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, resides in Georgetown, Exuma, and only speaks Creole. Bahamas immigration officer Lucien Emmanuel assisted Magistrate Andrew Forbes and translated Vincent's charge to him in Creole. Vincent was not required to enter a plea. According to police reports on Sunday night, the deceased and her husband had an altercation at their home located at Georgetown, Exuma, which resulted in the victim receiving injuries to her neck area. Police said around 8 a.m. that morning, the victim was found at their residence unresponsive. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Vincent was represented by Elliot B. Lockhart of Lockhart & Co., but the attorney's representative Rico Russell filled in for him during this arraignment. Vincent was granted the opportunity to speak with his attorney on the question of bail. Vincent was remanded to Her Majesty's prison and ordered to reappear in court on April 1st for the presentation of the voluntary bill of indictment. Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.
Every student at Woodcock Primary School was screened for scabies this morning after 2 students at the school showed up on Wednesday with the illness. Woodcock Primary is now the 3rd school with a confirmed case of scabies. School principal Dolores Forbes confirmed to our news team today the school did not have to close as a result of the cases, and the school will undergo a full sanitization tomorrow. Forbes said after the 2 students were identified as having the illness on Wednesday, both classrooms were initially sanitized and the information was relayed to officials at the Ministry of Education. And this morning, she said nurses came to the school to screen all the students to check for further cases of the illness, and none were found. Forbes said tomorrow a sanitization team will arrive at the school to once again sanitize the classrooms. Woodcock Primary is the latest school to confirm a scabies case. T.A. Thompson Junior High School was closed today due to at least 1 confirmed case of scabies. Its principal, Dwayne Higgins, confirmed. Higgins suggested the infestation originated from a student's home. Education officials have also closed D.W. Davis Junior High School this week as a result of the scabies outbreak. Scabies is a contagious skin infection that spreads rapidly in crowded conditions, and it's caused by a mite, according to the World Health Organization. Education Director Lionel Sands did not return calls for comment before airtime. In other news tonight, Island Luck CEO Sebastian estimates the web shop will pay around $10 million to government in taxes and fees before licenses are even issued. His comments come days after Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe revealed the gaming industry generates nearly $1 billion annually. Vonnie Toot reports.
Though he acknowledges that a web shop license is not guaranteed, Island Luck CEO Sebastian says the web shop will pay the government millions of dollars in taxes and fees.
Based on our account analysis and thing, Island Luck has budgeted in the neighborhoods of $10 million to meet its financial obligations to be in the race to obtain a license. It's a pretty penny, and but you know, it's what's required to be eligible, so we made a business decision to press on, and we'll have to wait to see the outcome.
As part of the application process, web shop operators are required to pay significant taxes. Minister responsible for gaming, Obi Wilshcombe, said last month government has collected around $20 million from web shops and expects them to dish out another $30 million based on penalties, application fees, business license fees, and housing and agent fees. Bastian would not say how much Island Luck has paid the government thus far, but told us the figure is up there. As a result, the web shop boss says they will have to make a lot of cutbacks.
Just start to spend a little more smartly, but at the end of the day, I've always said if the taxes go to the greater good of the country, I have no problem paying my fair share, as long as it's fair and consistent with best practices.
The gaming bill was passed in September 2014, paving the way for the web shop industry to be regulated. 12 companies are said to be involved in the process. Government sent out requests for proposals last month. Bastian says Island Luck hired several accountants to assist in the RFP process, which he says was smooth.
It's about a 200-page document, and it entails everything from market studies to business plan, market projections, suitabilities, types of games, the testing of those games, your community initiatives, and your community benefit plan for going forward from your company. Obviously, your board of directors, who's behind the company, your operational policies and procedures from a compliance perspective, your customer requirements, account closing and opening procedures, problem gambler programs. The list goes on and on.
Based on web shop's financial statements, Wilshcombe said last month the gaming industry generates nearly $1 billion annually. The sector is expected to be fully regularized in April or May. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonique Toot.
Local entertainer KB is not alone in wishing doom on the upcoming Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, as another pioneer of Bahamian music has come out in disagreement with the new festival. Sweet Emily may have been off the secular music scene for some time now, but she didn't mince words today as she expressed her disappointment with the government for what she called its betrayal of Bahamian culture. Kyle Joaquin has the story.
It's been many years since Sweet Emily touched the stage and belted hits like Someday and Look What You Do to Me. The queen of Junkanoo has turned over a new leaf. Emily Williams, better known as Sweet Emily, is now an evangelist and has her own hair salon, but still sings just gospel music. But something is off, she says, about plans for the upcoming Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival set for this May.
The name Junkanoo has been thrown in there just to make it seem as if I think it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, to make the Bahamian people feel satisfied that it is something Bahamian, when we know that all of the things that have been discussed so far doesn't really seem to focus on Bahamian as such, which is really the people of the Bahamas and the Junkanoo culture pertaining to the festivity of Junkanoo, what Junkanoo really is.
There have been many who've already voiced their disagreement with the new festival, including the Bahamas Christian Council, members of the Free National Movement, and even the PLP's own Leslie Miller. Williams says she shares the sentiments of KB, who said he hopes Junkanoo Carnival is a failure. She believes if the country continues on this road, its culture will be lost. In addition to all this, Williams says plans to bring in a Grammy Award-winning artist to headline a major concert is basically a slap in the face to all Bahamian musicians.
To spend over $1 million to bring in an artist that is not Bahamian, and even if they have Bahamian roots, what have they really done to really help the Bahamas? I think it's a disservice to the Bahamian artists, and I think it's just disloyalty to the artists themselves.
Williams said she's been through the struggle many Bahamian artists experience. She's talking of the hardships of not having enough gigs to put food on the table and make ends meet with utility bills. And now, she said, to see the amount of money government is willing to spend on a foreign act is heartbreaking.
I know days when if it wasn't for the good Lord to really touch somebody's heart to invite me to come and sing somewhere to make a couple of dollars. I know situations where my light was off at some points. There were times when I had to build my house on my pocket simply because the industry itself doesn't provide enough stability for us to be able to live off what we say should really be the gift that should be making a way for us.
All this, she said, has led her to offer herself as a candidate on the Democratic National Alliance's ticket in the 2017 general elections.
I think it's the government and the persons who have represented us in government so far over the last 45 years, whether they be PLP or F&M or whatever, I think that they don't respect the artists. And in most cases, I think the problem too is that we've never had anybody who has come out of that area of culture, I mean deep culture, that has really represented us in the House of Parliament. And I think because of it, there's no passion for the artists, because to me you have to really, only who knows really feels, or he who feels knows.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
1 month after Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis announced the party would establish its own value-added tax unit, F&M Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest says the party has identified 4 people with strong financial backgrounds to get public feedback on the tax and make recommendations to government.
In terms of a VAT unit per se, I think it's more of us consulting with the Bahamian people, getting an understanding of their experiences and any abuses that may be happening, and making recommendations to the government as to how we think we ought to amend the law going forward.
The aim of the unit, which is headed by Turnquest, is to bring concerns on the misuse of the tax to government's attention. Turnquest says many Bahamians have already contacted them to express concern about the impact of VAT.
We are already having discussions with people and receiving feedback from the public with respect to the effects that VAT has had on them and the questions that they have. And so we're taking that information now and formulating how we are going to respond to that.
Minnis has said if the F&M wins the next election, it would review the implications of VAT and the possibility of repealing VAT on all breadbasket items, children's clothing, electricity, water, savings products, and all health coverage and insurance.